What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have our round 3, our final round, with the green-red CB deck versus the NewType champion from my local area with his blue-purple deck. And it is more of a weird mid-range style deck that he's using, but we went ahead and this is our round 3, final round for this. Now, in my opening hand here real quick, I'm going to show you guys I have 2 close combats, a lock-on. I also have a base and also the 5/3 dynamis. And I decided to keep it because I wanted to see if I can use the close combats to kind of hold him off just a little bit to see if he would drop any lower units, maybe even first forms. But you'll see as we continue to progress. We will commentate for the whole entire video. I think a lot of people like the commentating to get my ideas and my mindset on this. So we go ahead and fist bump and we go ahead and pass. I was joking around that I'm not going to be really physically playing for a little bit. So because I have commands that are meant to ping. But I've seen a lot of people mention in the comments, and I'm really appreciative you guys are joining this channel to see, how the CB deck is working out. I will be showing you guys my deck profile just over the weekend. I'm still fine-tuning it. I'll show you guys what I currently have in this video. Then, not in this video, this one specifically, but in my deck profile, I'll show you what I'm using here in this video, and what I'm changing it to, and what I think you can change it as well. So he goes ahead on turn 4, drops 2 normal Gundams to bring a 3/4 body, and my close combat can do no damage to these. So we're just going to go ahead and pretty much just pass on this. But yeah, when it comes to the green-red deck profile, you got to give me a few more days. By the weekend, I'm going to get some final testing with the locals to see how it works. We do Tactical Visionary, and we pull, I think, a lock-on and also Kyrios. With Kyrios here, we want to make sure we try to get Hallelujah, but I don't think I got it right away. So we decided to go with this because this would be the better option for us right now, since I already have a lock-on. Having a lock-on is always really good, but I already have it in my opening hand, so I did not need another one currently at this moment. But yeah, we plan to do a deck profile after this weekend is over with the locals. I will have a deck profile for my current version of the deck. There are some things, like I said, I'm changing up, and I still have some more recorded duels. So he decides to go ahead and smack my EX base. I realized, oh wait, sorry, that's 3. So then he goes ahead and smacks for another one, and he hits the shield area, and it is a LR Kyrios. With the Kyrios here, kind of wish I had it, but I already at least have one for my Tactical Visionary. So you're going to see as the blue-purple player starts to put a little bit of pressure and starts to drop units. As you see, he's dropping the 2-1 just now to clear the board. So we go ahead and do close combat and get rid of the gun tank. It got no value for him, no ping, so it works out for me. Now, with this, I am on turn 5, and as you saw in the beginning, I did have turn 5 with Dynamis with the Breacher, so we are going to try to most likely use that. So I'll go ahead and drop the underground base, and I tap 3 to bring out the Dynamis, and then I go ahead and then tap for 1 to bring out the lock-on. With this, allows me to attack one of his units, and I'm trying to decide what unit to attack. Either one of his units is going to be able to break the base after 2 hits, so we're going to force myself to be able to live a little longer than just having a 2-tap ping, which is easy for a blue-purple player to do 2 pings easily. So we're going to hit the actual Gundam instead of hitting the Hurricane, because I want to be able to have a little bit more ping just in case he has 2 pings afterwards. If I would have hit the Hurricane 2 pings later, I'll be gone. So I know for sure he has at least 2 pings that he can do. By having that 3 HP still left, he would have to do a lot more plays to get rid of this unit out on the board. That, or he would have to be forced to use his units to go ahead and destroy my unit. So I'm purposely forcing that interaction again by having that 6 HP base. I'm forcing him to use 2 units, or he needs to have Gundam out on the board to go ahead and destroy that base before he can actually start swinging. So he goes ahead and drops Angsha. Angsha goes ahead and ping. He then drops the Adept to ping again to hit for 5. And I'm like, okay, cool. He has nothing left. And then he goes ahead and drops Mika. So he had to drop a lot of units to be able to get these pings off, which is fine. He's a little bit more committed, and he has those pings. He needed me to have units on the board to get the ping, which is something that I joke around with Laquan about. Is my early game not having much on a blue purple player. A lot of times they need units sometimes to ping to gain the benefit. If not, you just have a bunch of 2-1s. So he goes ahead and swings, and again, he swings twice because he has to break the base, which is what I want. Then he goes ahead and hits the shield. He improves technique. Now, because Anksha is already summoned this turn, he cannot swing with it. With that being said, what I decide to do is actually destroy his higher current. And I wanted to check how much HP on the Adept, because I forgot the dies are that special logo. I decided to go with the higher current here specifically because it is a pilot away from breaking a base if I have another base. So I know he can't attack with the Anksha, so I'm safe with that for right now. And we're going to have to start kind of controlling the board here. There will be a time in this match that I'll let the game, the original sound come through, because I think it encompass everything right at the end. That the live moment. This round was really truly an awesome round to play with Laquan about. So let's go ahead and drop the Kyrios here with the Hallelujah, giving me the first form, which is one of the best cards to drop for CBs in this set. The second best card to me is Throne Eins. With that, I'm thinking about putting in this build. It's just really good. Is a miniature wing in this build. So I go ahead and attack first strike. I got the LR Dynamis and I was able to add it to my hand, just giving me some resources to add to my hand. So I decided to tap for 1 and drop a mining factory base, causing him again to swing 2 times and not have enough to go ahead and break that base, which I think when it comes to going against aggro, very important is a lot of times, unless they have Gundam, they're not going to be easily able to break that base without having a pilot on a higher current or a Toggy's token. So he goes ahead and drops the the GD01 Gundam with Armoro, and I already rested, so it doesn't help. But at the end of the turn, he will be able to heal the other Gundam because it is a white base unit. On top of that, it allows him to draw. So he's trying to decide what he wants to do. He thinks it's better for him to get rid of my shield, my base, because I can't have that many more bases, right? So he thinks it's better to go ahead and break the base to be able to not worry about that base, and I should not be able to hit another base, hopefully, right? So it makes perfect sense to do that, and especially since he still has 6 shields. He hits with the Gundam and then goes ahead and taps for 2 and drops the Barbaros first form here. And then he goes ahead and repair and heal because of Gundam GD01's effect. All white base units repair 1, which is really awesome. So remember my opening hand, I had close combat for this specific reason, for the first form without the pilot. And with that being said, one of the first few things I decide to do is we want to get ahead and get rid of that first form so that first form can't do much of anything. So we're going to go ahead and just count our resources. We should be at 7, just kind of trying to count my resources because I have a lot of cards that have links. I've been getting a lot of units to my hand, and I already have pilots in my hand, so we just now need to see how well can we optimize this turn as much as possible to have some control. Now I am only 1 shield away from direct damage, so we do need to kind of control this board as much as we can if we can at all. So with that being said, we go ahead and tap 2 to get rid of actually no, never mind. I do the flight mode with Hallelujah to go ahead and destroy the Anksha. I take no damage because Hallelujah is a link with anything 3 AP or less. Then I go ahead and swing with the Kyrios to give me first strike and also gives me that draw with the Trans Am Kyrios. I go ahead and drop Dynamis to go ahead and get rid of the first form, allowing me to attack his upright unit, and only giving him 1 unit left. So this goes to show you how great this deck can potentially be. He had 1 unit standing, and I was able to pretty much bring it down to 1 card. He needs to have a link to be able to get over it. So in this scenario, I'm like, well, if you have link, then you're pretty much solid. If he doesn't, then I am in a good position. So looking at his hand, he did not have that. So he goes ahead and drops the first form that he had in his hand. No Mika, it looks like. He drops the 4 to bring out the rebake. He's going to need the rebake to block potentially, or maybe get that ping off. So he taps the 4. I think he's thinking about it. Yes, he does. He taps the first form. Because the first form is in active mode, he's pretty safe not worrying about it being attacked and giving him the draw that he would potentially need up there. So he decides to, I believe, pass because he wants to see what I will do, and on top of that, hopefully gets the stuff he needs. And he's hoping that that first form doesn't get hurt to give him some more resources. So we go ahead and draw. We are on turn 8, and this is where we start to have to either go in because he left 6 shield. I left 6 shield for him, still left for him, so I have to go in. So we got to try to figure out what we can do specifically here. We tap 2 to go ahead and close combat. The close combat that I had from the very beginning to get rid of his first form. So that's one active unit not worrying about at all. Now we need to figure out what else are we going to potentially do for these 2 active units, if there's anything at all we can do. And there is one thing we can do is drop the Dynamist with the lock on to go ahead and hit the other active units here specifically. So I was trying to decide if I should have attacked the rebake or the Gundam. I decided to do the Gundam. I don't know why there was a difference. Maybe it would have, in hindsight, be better to attack the rebake because then he wouldn't have blocked. But with Alleluia, I wouldn't take any damage because it's a 3 AP. So I'm cool with that. And then with the Kyrios, I wouldn't have to worry about it because again, I would recover. I mean, I would have first strike, and then with Dynamist LR, I would recover. So I decided to, you know what, I was going to do a swing, but with 3 shields left, I'm gonna leave him like that and see if he has a link that he could potentially get over. Because I think he would have blocked. He was hoping to get some resources to his hand. So it looks like I'm catching up a little bit. He needs a link to take me out. So he decides to drop Adept. Adept goes ahead and pings out my flight mode. The flight mode did what it could. It was able to swing a couple times and get some good benefits. So that's fine. That is totally gone. Now, unfortunately, currently right now, I do not have enough for lethal. Though he's checking my deck because he's like, how many lock-ons do you have? Is there 5? And I said, no, right now there's only 3 on the field. 3 I've ever played. And the other one was in the very beginning with the Tactical Visionary. So we know it's on the bottom of our deck. So we won't see that for sure. So he goes ahead and hit Adept again and pings my other unit. And he is hoping that no more active units should be destroyed and he'd be able to go ahead and take game. So I'm hoping now to figure out what we can do. And I think this is where I'm going to let the game audio play out because we're going to have to obviously see if we can actually conquer this win. So as you see, I'm swinging the Dynamist. He's not blocking. He's not blocking with the other Dynamist here. So with that being said, I'm going to do first strike to pump my guy up and see if he blocks. He's not going to block here. With that being said, I was like, all right, let's see if I can bait out a blocker because, again, I have all on resources untapped. So it decides to let that attack through. I'm like, okay, well, you're going to have to either give up your blocker here, which is going to be dropping my Kyrios Transam with the Hallelujah, which again will give me first strike. So he is forced to block this for game. He blocks it. And so this is where I'm going to let the game audio go ahead and play out. So I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Check out the very end of this duel because this is really, really awesome. So without further ado, let's go ahead and listen.
Let's hope that's not a base.
Darn it. Darn it. All right. Yeah, because I was tempted. I was curious if you were going to block this hit at all. Because I'm like, you could technically take him out. That's why I was like, let me see if he's going to pay attention to this attack.
Gotta worry about that base if you got it.
Yeah, I know. If I only had one more resource. I'm going to go ahead and pass. Let's see.
Nothing too special. Would have been good last turn. Swing at base.
Come on, base. Yo, let's go!
That's crazy.
Base for the win, bro.
And I drew a base. That's
Base
crazy.
for the win, bro. Let's go, bro.
Good
And I had
play.
that link for you next turn. Let's go, bro.
I needed
Yo,
one
what?
Mizugi. One Mitsa. God, he was
Bro.
miles away.
Oh my god. Now you know I got a clickbait, right?
Absolutely.